Success is not a destination reserved for the lucky or the exceptionally talented. It is a journey, and the most effective tool for navigating that journey is the human mind. John C. Maxwell's book, How Successful People Think, reveals that what truly separates achievers from the rest is not their innate abilities, but their deliberate and cultivated way of thinking. They approach life, challenges, and opportunities with a set of powerful mental frameworks that anyone can learn and apply. This detailed guide expands upon the core principles of Maxwell's work, providing a more thorough exploration of the 5 essential mindsets that can transform your life from the inside out. Most people live their lives in a reactive state, focusing on the immediate tasks and challenges of the day. They see the trees but fail to see the forest. Successful people, on the other hand, develop what Maxwell calls big-picture thinking. This is the ability to rise above the daily grind and view life as a strategic, long-term journey. It's the mindset of a chess player who thinks several moves ahead, not just about the next one. This perspective allows you to make decisions today that align with your ultimate goals for tomorrow, ensuring that every action you take is a meaningful step forward, not just a random movement. To cultivate this mindset, you must first recognize that learning is a lifelong pursuit. Big-picture thinkers are perpetual students. They understand that their current knowledge, while valuable, is a mere stepping stone. They are driven by an insatiable curiosity, always seeking new information, meeting new people, and exploring new environments. They view every conversation as a potential lesson, and every new experience as an opportunity for growth. This is why they are often found reading widely, attending workshops, and asking insightful questions, much like Maxwell himself did when he sought wisdom from football coaches about teamwork. Moreover, they are meticulous about their time. Instead of simply letting their days happen to them, they manage their calendars with intent. They identify which activities and relationships contribute to their long-term vision and which are merely distractions. They block out time not just for work, but for reflection, family, and personal growth. They understand that what they do today determines who they will become tomorrow. This intentionality extends to their social lives as well. They surround themselves with other big-picture thinkers. They actively seek out people whose perspectives challenge their own and whose aspirations inspire them. This network of forward-thinking individuals serves as a powerful support system, keeping them motivated and accountable to their long-term goals. Finally, big-picture thinking requires a certain degree of open-mindedness and humility. It means admitting that you don't have all the answers and that your current perspective may be limited. When faced with a decision, a big-picture thinker asks, "How will this affect me in 5 years? How will it impact my relationships, my health, and my overall purpose?" By asking these questions, they ensure that their choices are not just convenient in the short term, but beneficial in the long run. Many people mistakenly believe that creativity is a trait you either have or you don't. Maxwell argues that this is a myth. Creative thinking is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. At its core, creativity is not about inventing something from nothing. It's about reimagining what already exists. It's about taking a familiar idea, a common process, or a standard solution, and giving it a new twist. The first step in this journey is to value ideas, both your own and others. A creative person is a collector of ideas, a mental hoarder of what-if scenarios. They understand that every great breakthrough began as a small, seemingly insignificant thought. Creative thinkers are also unafraid of uncertainty. They see the unknown not as a threat, but as a playground of possibilities. They are comfortable with ambiguity and find joy in filling in the blanks. This is why they are constantly seeking more options, rather than settling for the first or easiest solution. They believe that having more choices increases the likelihood of finding an innovative and superior answer. This courage extends to their relationship with failure. While non-creative minds cling to safe, established methods, creative thinkers embrace the risk of failure. They know that every setback is a learning opportunity and that the path to a truly meaningful idea is paved with numerous attempts that didn't quite work out. They see failure not as an ending, but as a necessary detour on the road to success. To activate your creative mind, you must first eliminate creativity killers. These are the self-limiting beliefs that whisper, "I'm not creative," and the fear of judgment that prevents you from sharing an illogical idea. You must also learn to ask the right questions. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, a creative thinker asks, "Why does it have to be done this way? Is there another way? What if we did the opposite?" These questions break down mental barriers and open up new avenues of thought. The final, and perhaps most enjoyable, step is to spend time with other creative people. Their energy, their willingness to challenge the status quo, and their infectious enthusiasm can spark your own imagination, turning a simple conversation into a powerful brainstorming session. While big picture thinking gives you the destination, strategic thinking provides the blueprint for getting there. It is the ability to organize your resources, plan your actions, and execute your vision in the most efficient way possible. Maxwell notes that most people get bogged down by the sheer size of their goals. Strategic thinkers, however, have mastered the art of breaking down a large, intimidating task into smaller, manageable parts. This makes any project, no matter how daunting, feel approachable and achievable. The process begins with breaking down the task. A strategic thinker looks at a project and doesn't see a single mountain to climb, but a series of hills. They then identify the purpose of each part, assign responsibilities, and create a logical sequence of actions. This methodical approach ensures that every step is purposeful and contributes directly to the final goal. The next crucial step is to identify the real goals. This means looking beyond the surface-level problem and getting to the root of the issue. A strategic mind won't just solve a symptom. It will diagnose and fix the underlying cause. Before taking action, a strategic thinker will assess all available resources. They will evaluate their time, money, and skills, and they will determine what they need to borrow, delegate, or acquire to get the job done. This thoughtful preparation prevents costly mistakes and ensures the smooth flow of the project. Then, and only then, do they create a detailed plan. This plan is not a rigid document, but a flexible guide that adapts as circumstances change. They also ensure they have the right people in the right places. A perfect plan can fail if it's executed by the wrong team. Strategic thinkers carefully consider the strengths and weaknesses of each person to ensure that every task is assigned to the individual best suited for it. Finally, strategic thinking is not a one-time event. It is a discipline. To master it, you must repeat the process consistently. The more you practice breaking down problems, assessing resources, and creating plans, the more natural and instinctive it will become, allowing you to tackle any challenge, big or small, with confidence and ease. In our culture, action often holds more value than contemplation. We are constantly on the move, but without a moment to pause and reflect, we risk repeating the same mistakes. Reflective thinking is the act of looking back on your experiences to gain a deeper understanding of them. It is how you turn a lived event into a learned lesson. Maxwell taught his children this principle by asking them two simple questions after every trip. What did you enjoy most, and what did you learn? This practice taught them to not just live, but to learn from their lives. Reflection gives you perspective. It allows you to step out of a highly emotional situation and re-examine it with a clear, calm mind. This is how you develop emotional honesty, seeing how your feelings may have clouded your judgment and how you could have handled the situation better. This process prepares you to face similar situations with greater wisdom and control in the future. Furthermore, reflective thinking builds confidence in your decisions. By thoughtfully reviewing your past choices, you sharpen your intuition and train your mind to make better decisions in the future, ultimately leading to greater certainty and conviction. To practice this essential skill, you must first give yourself time to reflect. In our noisy world, quiet time is a luxury that must be scheduled. Find a space where you won't be interrupted, leave your gadgets behind, and allow your mind to wander. You can also use your calendar and a personal journal as tools for reflection. Regularly reviewing your calendar can help you see how you spend your time and reflect on whether those activities are truly contributing to your growth. Writing in a journal can help you process your thoughts and feelings, turning a chaotic stream of consciousness into a structured lesson. The final and most critical step is to turn your thoughts into action. Reflection is not an end in itself, it is a means to a better life. You must take the insights you gain and apply them to your future behavior. Without action, reflection is just a pleasant but ultimately useless mental exercise. From an early age, we are taught to follow the crowd. It's a natural human instinct to seek acceptance and safety in numbers. But as John C. Maxwell points out, progress has never been made by those who simply accept the status quo. Questioning popular thinking is the mindset of a true innovator. It's the courage to challenge the traditions, beliefs, and methods that everyone else follows, simply because they are popular. History is a testament to this, from Copernicus's groundbreaking heliocentric theory to Galileo's defense of it, both of which went against the widely accepted view of their time. The first step is to take a moment to think before you conform. When the tragic events of 9/11 led to widespread fear of flying, many people canceled their trips. John C. Maxwell and his wife, however, chose to think differently. They reasoned that with security at an all-time high, it was actually one of the safest times to fly. By not following the popular fear, they were able to have a peaceful and affordable trip to New York. This simple example illustrates a profound truth. The best option is rarely the most popular one. To develop this mindset, you must embrace thoughts that differ from your own. Humility is essential here. You must be open to the possibility that others may have a better way of doing things, even if their ideas seem completely unconventional. It is also crucial to constantly question your own thoughts. Just because an idea is yours doesn't make it infallible. By challenging your own beliefs, you refine them and strengthen your ability to think for yourself. Finally, you must make friends with discomfort. When you challenge the norm, you will be met with resistance, criticism, and sometimes even hostility. Every great thinker in history, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Marie Curie, faced immense discomfort for their groundbreaking ideas. But it was their courage to stand alone that ultimately changed the world. By trying new things and new approaches, even in small ways, you can train your mind to be comfortable with the unfamiliar, a crucial step in preparing yourself to make a significant impact. In conclusion, successful people are not born with a special gift. They are simply masters of their own minds. They have learned to integrate 5 powerful thinking styles into their daily lives. They think big, planning their lives with a long-term vision. They are creative, finding innovative solutions where others see dead ends. They are strategic, breaking down complex problems into manageable steps. They are reflective, learning from every experience to make wiser decisions. And they have the courage to question popular thinking, daring to forge their own paths. By practicing these 5 ways of thinking, you can transform your perspective, overcome obstacles, and ultimately change your life.